Yes, well here, I'll be showcasing a tank team that recently destroyed me. Going to Celestial PvP, if you go towards my defense, go down a little, you can see that I lost to Standard twice using quite an interesting team utilizing Karma. So I went to take a look at the replay and I was shocked to see what I found. So I decided to go investigate this team and see if I can replicate it to the best of my abilities. And yeah, if you're only interested in watching the fights, feel free to skip to this timestamp as seen above. Otherwise, this is how I analyze the team. Alright, so this is how I do my team analysis on how I identify how a team is built and how to play it. Let's start our first match with Standard. We skip forward a little and we start the match here. My Lubu opens with the stun and we are going to see Elijah use her silence. We see that our Brandon and Brazel, Lubu and Tio, all of them having effect resistance in the high 90%, all getting silenced together. This indicates to us that the Elijah is running effect hit rate. And we pause here again, we can see that Gyarados, Karma and Elijah are all on Orchestrator set because they have the CC immune symbol at the top. Going forward a little bit, we can see our Randgrid is going to use a Pierce skill. The enemy Randgrid dies. This shows us that the Randgrid does not have a Guts ring, and instead an Immortal ring. So going forward into the match, nothing much interesting happens until a bit later. Oh yeah, here's also another good example. You can see my Lubu here is buffed and everyone else is buffed. The moment Elijah used that effect resist, the buff removal skill, all my characters lost their buffs except Lubu. Here again, so over here Gyarados is definitely running effect hit rate because he managed to freeze my Lubu and Randgrid, who are also very high effect resistance. Unfortunately, our Kaguya missed the healing reduction, so we are not able to check whether they are on HP set or not. We can see over here that Tio used his debuff removal and removed most of their debuffs. We can go back a little and see what debuffs they had, like their shields and everything. So they are definitely not running effect resistance. Here's a good example. Yep, my entire team is frozen. Petrify? So two of their units did get petrified, so this definitely shows us they are not running any effect resistance, because my Kaguya has no effect hit rate at all. Over here we can see Karma using Agonizing Tempest. All the hits do not crit. This and the damage is also very high, considering it's a pure defensive skill, and also healing. This shows us that Karma is using a defensive set with no crit at all. So Karma should be on Orchestrator with full defense reduction, and because he's getting crit quite often, he's not running full block. Maybe fast forward a little, we are going to see Randgrid use her top Pierce skill onto the Gyarados. This should kill. Okay, good, we killed the enemy Randgrid. Okay, oh, the Pierce is coming out, let me fast forward a little. And over here we use the Pierce. Now we're going to pause very quickly. Okay, we can see over here Gyarados did survive with a very small shield over here. This shows us that he is using Revive and Guts in the same ring. And we know exactly what Guts ring he's using because there's he applies a 2-turn shield. This means it's a 6-star Revive combined with a 4-star Guts ring. So playing forward the clip, nothing else interesting happens, but there's a lot of things we can take away from this. The main points we can take away from this fight over here is that because Lubu, Teo and BMB got silenced, we know that Elijah is on 100% hit rate or very close to that. Randgrid missed multiple debuffs with a second skill, so Randgrid is definitely full defense and no hit rate. Gyarados has frozen us multiple times despite high resistance. This shows he also has high hit rate. Gyarados survived Randgrid's Pierce skill with a very small amount of shield, and from looking at the number of turns left on the shield, we can determine that it is a 6-star Revive plus 4-star Guards. And also in the replay, we saw Karma not critting on Agonizing Tempest, and we know that Karma is on Orchestrator gear. Basically, we can deduce that Karma is not running HP gear because if it's running HP gear, the damage will be way too low, so it's clearly defense percent on the main stat with block substats and damage taken reduction main stat. The reason why this team is also very strong is because of Karma's basic attack passive which lowers our attack damage.